Actually, not long ago, part 4 of episode 67 was released, and I want to say that no one expected it to come out so quickly. And it turns out that several of my theories were confirmed, and I am very happy. And in this video, you will find out, what does this image mean? What is hidden in this laboratory? And also what will happen next? So be sure to watch the video to the end so as not to miss anything. Hello friends, you're on the DAFUQ channel. Subscribe to the channel and press the like button under the video to speed up the release of the next video. And let's go. The episode begins with TV Man cooking chicken. He successfully destroys the scientist. And we see his satisfied face as well as the Titans from behind. And it turns out that Cameraman is alive, as I said in my videos. And TV Man returns the protective lens to him, and the Speaker Man also says hello. But TV Man began to warn the Speaker Man, and he said something, and this is what he said. No stabbings, and this is clearly a reference to episode 47, when the Speaker Man seriously injured TV Man. But the Speaker Man still got off well. I thought that TV Man would even kick the Speaker Man, or he would turn out to be a traitor and kill him. But everything turned out well. But we hear an explosion, and we see a whole army of Gmails. And I also said in previous videos that we would see Gmail and that he would come with reinforcements, and it turns out that there was a lot copies of Gmail. And they appeared out of nowhere but from this laboratory. Here we see Gmail plain, as well as Gmail with saws, as well as Gmail with lasers like garnishes. And this means that it was in this laboratory that experiments were carried out on toilets. And I think that in this laboratory, there are several more copies of the scientist, but more on that a little later. We see that the Gmail squad is ready to attack, but TV Man decided to attack first. And here we can notice different emojis on TV Man's screens, and it's funny. Also important to notice when the TV Man starts to move, namely to prepare his blade. A lot of energy accumulates near him, that even the operator's camera works with interference, and I would even say that the space is somehow distorted, and it's crazy. And TV Man starts attacking, and the Speaker Man shows that he didn't understand anything, and is it worth helping TV Man? And he also went into battle. And the cameraman also decided to go into battle, but suddenly the image began to break, and we see the face of Mr. DAFUQ and also the inscription, "Look to the left." And guys, this is crazy. Here we clearly see his image, and I'm just shocked by the fact that is happening. And cameraman looked to the left, and here we see a real Skibidi scientist. And we see that he has not changed and remains the same small. And I talked about this in my every video that the scientist remained the same as he was before, and that we will see him in the new episode, and I turned out to be right again. Well, if you look at him carefully, he has changed a little from the version that was in episode 30. He has become more like this large scientist, but just in a smaller form. And he noticed our cameraman and immediately attacked him. But our cameraman also attacked him, and the scientist ran away as always. But our cameraman immediately followed him to the laboratory, and he managed at the very last moment. And it turned out that the Speaker Man heroically held the door so that everyone can go into the laboratory, and we see how squads of Speaker Men and cameramen go inside. And from behind, we can see a Gmail with lasers who is attacking someone, and we also see even more soldiers from the Alliance and also a black Speaker Man, and from behind our beloved Plunger Man who still survived. And I also said that this would happen. But I have one question. How did the black speaker end up here? The last time we saw him was in episode 66 on the basis of TV Men. And he could not have gotten to the battlefield alone, which means that he was teleported. And there are two options, or he was teleported by the same TV Man as in episode 66, or the TV woman teleported him and she also teleported the rest of the special agents. They weren't shown to us, but I'm sure that they're somewhere nearby and perhaps they help the Titans fight the toilets. Anyway, we see that the Speaker Man can no longer hold the door, and we see how the Plunger Man is trying with all his might to run to the laboratory. And at the last moment, he managed to jump in there and the doors close. And we see the head of the speaker, who heroically sacrificed himself to save everyone. I feel very sorry for him, and we will never forget his act. And let's get 30,000 likes under this video in honor of this hero. And finally, we see Plunger Man, and we see that he is fine, just slightly wounded. And they give him his honorary plunger, and we see that everyone is preparing for an attack. And finally, we see the toilet laboratory. And it turns out that this is not a TV base, but it's still very strange that there was the same logo, but we'll talk about that later. And for a second, it seemed to me that this was a very familiar sign during the Third Reich, but in fact we see here 4 toilets and the inscription, Skibidi Skibidi. But the inscription is written in some other language, and it turns out that the inscription is written using the Greek alphabet. I don't know why this is so, but I assure you that I will find the answer, but it will be in the next video. We also see corridors on the left and right, and I think that they lead underground. And I'm sure that we will see something creepy there. Anyway, this episode is over, and now let's move on to some issues that are interesting to us. This is the first time you've seen it so clearly. We saw the face of Mr. DAFUQ. But why did he help the agents? I think it's no longer a secret that DAFUQ is on our side. He warned the agents in episode 64 that there would be a trap in episode 65. He also gave a knife to POV cameraman so that he would kill the mutant. And although he sent a fake message to the agents, but it was in order to boost their morale. And I think that there is something very terrible in the toilet laboratory. I think that there is a very large underground room, and perhaps there is a new mutant there. And this is a very big threat to the Alliance. And DAFUQ decided to show them the laboratory because he knows what is there, and to even the chances between the Alliance and the toilets, although the Alliance almost always wins. And also a TV man Titan appeared who is very strong. But don't underestimate the toilets. Perhaps there is a very large army there. And a new and strong mutant is tied in the center, who will be able to fight even with our Titans. In any case, a very important plot twist will happen soon. But what exactly will happen next? I am sure that the Titans will be able to defeat all copies of Gmail. But it seems to me that the toilets have a very large army in the laboratory that will come out and also fight the Titans. It is also possible that one of the Titans will get hurt. And it is possible that there will be a trap for special agents. Plunger Man is now wounded. The rest of the agents are not very strong, except for the Black Assassin. But can he single-handedly resist an entire army of toilets? I think not. But there is also the option that TV men teleport there. Army of TV men. Also, all female characters. And then they will be able to resist the toilets. But I have one more question. For some reason, it seems to me that there will be a 5th part of the 67th episode. I'm not sure about this. And so far, there is no information from DAFUQ Boom. But part 4 did not end as it should. And it seems to me that there should be a part 5 to fully show us what is happening in this laboratory. Because we know that the new episode may begin with new events, but there clearly should be a continuation. I'm very scared of what we can see in this laboratory. Perhaps we will see Astro Toilets there, or Astro Boss, and the scientist will turn out to be just a pawn in this whole game. Or there is a real body of a scientist there that is still completely ready, and he went outside to look at the situation. And I doubt that this army of toilets will be able to hold off our Titans for long. A strong toilet will be needed there. Perhaps we will even see how the Titan Gmail returns. But still, I don't think that he can fight with 3 Titans. And to be honest, it seems to me that no one can defeat 3 Titans. A very cunning plan is needed to neutralize everyone Titan one at a time. And this episode was damn interesting, but there weren't very many secrets. But there were a lot of theories to think about. Personally, I still have a lot to talk about, but I need to analyze everything carefully and many times. So, as always, I'll make another video, and there we'll find out what the scientist is up to, and we'll also talk about Gmail Titan. Can he be as small as the scientist? And we will also find out why the Skibidi inscription was in the Greek alphabet. So subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so as not to miss this video. Also press like button it if you liked the video. And you were on the channel, and see you.